de facto, pterodactyl when I'm micro and macro my mind. Why would I try to hide the fact that I'm jacked to be actually naturally high? And I'm that guy.
All right, guys. Ian Anderson and Ben Baker. We're back with some more
Hello.
St. Jude Disc Golf Charity Invitational Classic. That's Ben right there. And we're super lucky to be joined by Jared Roan. Say what's up, Jared.
Hey, guys.
There he is. And he is your 2012 Collegiate National Champ. Singles, did I get that right?
Yeah, yep. It's, Colorado State University.
Nice, man. Way to take that down.
We actually we won as a team as well.
Did you? Did you get the double
Yeah.
up? Nice, man.
Yeah, we doubled up, man.
Does
It was
not get
awesome.
better than that for you.
No.
Very cool, guys. All right, well, let's watch some disc golf.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right, got a pretty sweet card for round two. Nate Doss, Nate Sexton, Jared Roan, and Nico Locastro. Should be entertaining.
Yeah, always is when Nico's on the card.
It always is when Nico's around, for sure. So we're starting off on a hole one, and this is a bomber to start your day, Jared.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this one, it's a good hole to start on. Wind's ripping. Kind of get a good feel for how you're feeling that day. Just rip a drive down the fairway.
Mm-hmm.
Not super technical.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of OB with the sand traps. And is there OB right with the cart path? Is that correct?
I don't believe.
No, I don't think so.
Does it,
The cart path kind of goes left there.
and
And then in those trees, it's just kind of hazardy, you know. It's tough to get out of there.
Gotcha, just not a good place to be. That was
Exactly, yeah.
Nate Doss ripping one out there, and he smashes discs and throws them far.
Wow.
Yeah,
dead center.
that's right where you want to be.
Sure was. And if the scoreboard is to be believed, Nate Sexton is up next. We'll see. There he is.
Back in the day, he never threw big backhands.
He didn't, no. Remember, he used to throw a forehand on hole one at De La.
Yeah, that was, one of my first experiences watching tournaments was Masters Cup, and he was always like the forehand drive guy, and
Yeah,
I was
he was.
excited because I had
Yeah.
no backhand.
Nate really improved his game this year, in my opinion. He developed that, power backhand. Even later in the year, I was watching him throw well over 500 feet on some shots, which was amazing.
Yeah, that's really cool. And Jared, you got some interesting form. You ever heard that before? Or am I the first one to say that?
Yeah, definitely.
It reminds me of someone who
I try not to think about it. I just let it rip.
Okay. Did you really work on your form a lot? That's what it makes me think, but I could be just totally wrong.
Yeah, a little bit here and there, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Has it always been that way, or did you switch it up?
No, I switched it up. I tried to do some things, and then I got kind of lost in it for a while, and then I just decided to do what was comfortable.
Cool. It seems to work, man. You throw pretty far. So there's that at least. Here we are looking at your second shot. What are you throwing right here?
I think that was a Star Destroyer.
Okay.
Kind of a straighter one.
You going for the layup, or are you attacking the green right there?
I was going for the layup on that one.
Yeah.
The day before I attacked it, and I actually got the bird, but I was just trying to feel it out. I felt like the wind was kind of swirly that in round two here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It looks like Nate Sexton with the forehand came up a little bit short right. Looking at Nate Doss, throwing a little turnover with like a Predator or a Force or something. Probably a Force.
Oh, just a little unlucky. That was looking really good.
It was. It had a great line on it.
Yeah.
Nico throwing a little hyzer flip at it.
Oh, wow, nice late fade.
Yep.
Yep, just a little bit short. Jared, here you are pitching up. Whoa. Were you trying to throw that in?
Ooh.
I actually was not trying to throw that one in.
Okay, real
I just want to
close.
make sure I got it over that bunker, and it just held up there nice for me.
Sure did. And Sexton almost floated one in there, too.
Yeah.
See if Doss can make it 3 for 3. That's a good layup from Doss right there. And Nico with pretty much the only legitimate putt at a birdie right here. The balloon.
Oh, yeah, and then we got a little neighbor.
There's a sad kid crying somewhere right
The
now.
balloon.
Let's see if Nico can bang this one, get a stroke on the card right here. Teased it.
Oh, so close.
Yeah.
Well, a tap-in par frame on this hole is not bad.
No, not at all. We'll take that. You had a miraculous second shot first round. Remember? Is that right, Jared? Or is that the third?
I think it's third you're thinking
Is
of.
that the third round? I don't remember. It was a while
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
I I decided I was going to go for it, and I pulled it a little right, and it just got through the trees, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, sorry for the spoiler if that was third round. We did commentary on that one before the second round. Anyway, taking us to hole 2, which I have not seen played well yet, Jared. It's a tough one.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's a lot of stuff that can go wrong in this one. You can hit early tree and struggle to get up there on your second shot. You can, if you take that line Nate just took there, you can kick to the right and go OB. So yeah, it's a really great hole.
Yeah.
It's one of the more unique holes on the course because it is so technical.
Yeah, and it gives you options too. You can take either hyzer or go up the middle with some kind of shot, which is really kind of cool in a hole.
Exactly.
You're taking the forehand flex line up the middle, which it seems like the most wide open line. And wow.
Yeah, I like that line. It's a little safer. I feel like I can hit it pretty consistent, and goal is just to get up there for a putt, and it kind of takes that OB danger out of play.
Mm-hmm. And look like mission accomplished. You're putting. Nico, that one faded out early. It's going to be a long putt for 2. And Nico's going to be taking a 3. And we got Sexton for a 2 from like 50.
At least, maybe more.
Oh!
Boom. Cans it.
Nate
Wow.
Sexton. That was huge.
That was. I got to play with Nate all 3 rounds at this event, and just awesome guy. Great to play with.
That's a good event right there. Hanging on Nate.
Always rooting for him.
Yeah, and he's always rooting for everybody on his card too, which is great.
Yeah.
Doss coming up surprisingly short on that putt right there. And Jared, here you are for 2, match Nate. Oh.
A little short as well.
Yep. That's the closest I've seen anybody get on this hole, though. As far as drives go, that was solid.
Doesn't seem like there's any easy route. If you're playing either the backhand or forehand hyzer, you're going to have to throw a 400-plus foot shot just to get there.
Yeah, with that little uphill, right?
Yeah, and on a tight, low line.
Yeah. What'd you throw for your drive there, Jared?
That was another destroyer. I usually carry about 4 or 5 in the bag. Different stabilities.
Yeah, that one was pop toppy.
Nice. That seems to be the preference of a lot of Innova players.
It does. There is Nate getting a stroke on the card, getting within 2 of Doss. Jared and Nico, you guys hanging around. And we're on to hole 3, Jared. What's game plan here, bro?
Game plan is just to get it up there. You have OB left and right. There's a little bunker type deal on the right. Is it a wood chip area? I don't remember.
Yeah, it is exactly.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you're gonna see it on this shot. And there's that little wood chip area, and if you land in there, you're OB, and if you go left and over the sidewalk, you're OB. So, it's just kind of a standard, pro hyzer, 400 plays about 400 foot hyzer type deal, and you really want to get this one. I feel like.
Yeah, it seems like it.
This is one of the more doable holes on the course, and I get a little lucky right there. Checked up nice for me.
Sure did. Nate's had solid drives. Let's see what Nico can do here.
He's got a big hyzer.
A little more line. Yeah, he does, but he's throwing the line drive.
Yeah,
that was
really
a great
is.
shot.
Oh, wow. Really well done, though.
Huh, wonder what he threw.
Yeah. The world will never know. Oh, no, Jared.
No, come on.
That's the risk on this hole. But, I was feeling good about my putt the whole week, so I felt it was worth running that one.
Yeah, it looked good in round 1. There's Nate carding a birdie. So did that go in the sand trap, or did it hopefully come up short?
Yeah, that one went in the sand.
We've been seeing that one happen a lot out here.
Oh yeah.
UC and his greens. He likes to punish super aggressive play.
Yeah, seems like the sand trap's in play on half the holes at least.
Yeah. So
Maybe more. I don't know.
That was the birdogey right there from Jared. And Doss clean up the par.
The birdogey in the wild.
The birdogey, yep. You never want to find one of those.
Yeah.
No. So good birdies though from Nate and Nico. Nate pulling within 1 of Doss. And taking us to hole 4, 892, little downhiller dogleg left, Jared.
Yeah, this is, I think, one of the best holes on the course. It's a bomber off the tee, and you have some trouble on the right. There's some trees over there, and if you get in, you're pretty much pitching out. And on the left, you have OB the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
So great hole, just a smash one, and your second shot is more of a technical shot because you have more OB to deal with up there.
Yeah, there's quite a few, like the cart path and the bunkers in play right by the
Yeah,
basket, I believe.
exactly.
That was a great drive from Nate Sexton. He really smashed it out there. Nico following suit as well. That looks perfect.
As long as it gets left,
Yep.
yeah, I think that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Safe.
Yeah,
anyway.
you definitely want to land a little farther right, so you have a little easier upshot. If you go left, it's tough because you'll have to throw hyzer your entire flight on, about a 400-foot upshot.
Oh, wow.
I see. Yeah, makes sense.
So right where those guys are landing is like perfect.
Okay. Going back to the destroyer well?
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I was kind of flirting with those trees over there,
But
I got lucky enough.
sure did.
Yeah, it even got to the short grass and good skip.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. See whatever we can do here. Like Jared said, the danger here is a second shot. Destroyer.
That one is, more of a stable destroyer.
Okay. Go ahead, Ben.
Oh, is it intimidating when you get on cards, at really big open courses like this, especially with some big arms out there, like, your Nikos and Rickies, Simons, guys like that? Do you find yourself trying to play a little differently to keep up?
I wouldn't say that I do necessarily. I kind of I get a nice feel for the course when I practice, and I just try and play my game. And anytime, through my experience, if you try and play out of your realm, it usually doesn't work out for you. So.
Yep.
Nice. I've definitely been there as well.
Yep. Great upshot right there from Nico. Doss coming back at the basket for his birdie. Good putt.
Ooh.
Doss
It's, of course, only about an hour from Nate's hometown of Capitola in Santa Cruz.
That's true. Jared, you stayed in bounds, correct?
Yeah, I did. Fortunate. The grass was just long enough, I think.
Nice. Get that first cut. A good putt, too.
Wow, yeah.
And here we got Nate. Have to keep up with Nate and Jared. Stay within one of Doss. Just tosses it right in there.
Yeah. Some great putting all around.
He is, yeah.
In fact, I think this might be star frame.
Yeah.
If Nico puts this in.
It's got to be one of the only star frames on hole 4.
Yeah, I mean, star frame on this hole is insane.
It is.
Yeah, right. 892.
Yeah, that's a par
With
4.
OB everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, par 4.5 easy. Especially with OB,
Yeah.
like you mentioned. Yep.
So what is it if it's more than a star frame?
It's a superstar, dude.
That's it.
I think so, right?
Superstar frame.
Like if one person gets an eagle, it's a superstar frame. Pretty sure that's how
Oh,
it works.
okay.
That's how it works. A hole 5, 344, so a little downhill backhand hyzer. Jared?
Yeah, downhill, backhand hyzer, sand trap on the right. So definitely some danger in play here. And especially if you play it too safe, you're going to be looking at trouble on your comeback putt. So
That's right. We saw that round 1.
Yeah, Will Schuster kind of had some havoc.
Yep. Looks like Nate played it a little bit too safe. He finished far left, like Jared was pointing out. Nico looks like he's headed for the same area. Very close. Yep.
Oh, man.
They're hanging out.
Good thing Chris moved. He was our hydration supervisor watching out over there.
Nice. Nate Doss? Ooh, wow. That thing just barely stayed out of the sand right there. And Jared, look like you're on a pretty good line here. If it stays out of the beach. Oh, yeah. That'll play.
Whew.
Yep.
That almost really played.
It did, yeah. We got Nico for a putt. Small danger going in the sand here if he misses. But manages to sit nicely. Because he had a pretty decent angle at it.
Yeah, I think this is one of the hardest holes I've ever played to lay up. When you end up over there, it's like, because in your mind going into this, you're like, oh man, this is one that I really want to get, and then it's just a teaser when you get about 35 feet away and you're looking at that death putt.
Yep.
Well, we played the Masters Cup at De La right before this, so we should have got a lot of experience of that same thing there.
Yeah, a lot of death putts there. That is for sure. Good
Almost
birdie.
home with the death putt.
Yep. Good birdie, and I believe that's a stroke on the card right there for you, Jared.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
that's unexpected because of the star frame on the last hole, and then this seems like the hole that should have been starred,
Right? Yeah, absolutely. I think Ricky almost aced it first round. Here is Doss. Doss chained out pretty good. He almost had the birdie, but not quite. But as it is, you are getting that stroke on everybody, which is always a good feeling when you're on the lead card, making up a stroke on everybody.
Oh yes, steal one right there is a good feeling for sure.
Def. All right, bringing you into a tie for third place with Nico, and Nate still holding on to one over Nate Sexton. We're on to hole 636, really uphill, and then the second shot here, you're going over this tree or around the tree or something like that, right, Jared?
Yeah, you can go any which way you want around it, pretty much.
Yeah. Imagine you're crushing this destroyer up the hill.
Yep.
Are you sponsored by Heiserbaum or Innova, or how's that work exactly?
Yeah, I was sponsored by Heiserbaum when I was during this tournament.
Okay.
And right now I'm currently unsponsored.
Okay. Somebody pick you up, man.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Yeah, seriously.
You hanging
That
lead
roller
card,
was
St.
sick
Jude?
from Nate.
Yeah, it was an amazing roller.
I think he threw that all 3 rounds, that same shot, and he probably put that disc within a 5-foot circle.
Too funny.
If you took all 3 of his shots.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Good circle to be in, too.
It is, yeah, it's way up there. Nico had a pretty crushing drive, looking at Nate Doss.
Yeah, it looks like Nico outdrove the roller.
Did he really? Wow.
I think so. Or maybe that was the other one.
No.
No, yeah, you're right. The roller is way up there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the
right?
Top right.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, it's way out there. I was looking at Jared's drive.
Yeah, sidewinders go far.
Jeez, they do if you roll them, I guess.
Yeah, they do.
Is that what he rolled?
Yeah, he rolled a star sidewinder.
Nice.
Yep. No, a solid upshot from Nate right there.
Yeah, that'll work.
Should be easy birdie. What are you throwing over this tree right here?
Firebird.
Nice. That'll play. Should be an easy-ish putt. Nico up third here. Looks like he's throwing a Firebird too. But didn't put quite enough on that one.
Ooh, yeah.
Nate is going Sexton Firebird around the outside. Or over the top. Yeah, that'll play.
Yeah.
Well done. Nico, after that tree hit on the upshot, looking at his birdie, but it is a long one.
Yeah, that's not a tap in.
Yeah.
Good run, though.
It was, yeah. Here is Nate getting a stroke on Nico, which should be followed by Doss and you, Jared, doing the same. Good putt from Doss.
Yeah.
And there's a little tapper for you, Jared. Well, I guess a little more than a tap.
Yeah, the first one is.
Yeah. Especially with this Monterey wind.
Yeah, you never know. We saw those terrible pole bounces for Ricky's putt, one of them being on this hole.
Was it really? Oh, funny.
Yeah, I think one of the first ones.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of the rounds I played with Rick, he has those bad spit outs. I feel like he just putts too perfect.
He does, doesn't he?
It's just disgusting. It's like, it seems like 2 or 3 a round every time I play with him.
Yeah, it's was pretty wild, the ones we've seen so far. We're on to hole 7, par 3, 282. It's a shorty, but you can play it like a lot of different ways, Jared.
Yeah, I think this is the most conventional way to play it, but you have to have a pretty big forehand to get up there because it's uphill.
Mm-hmm.
It's 282, but it plays more like 350, I feel like. And that sand trap on the left makes it a little more scary if you're not really comfortable throwing forehands. But these more predominant backhand players like Doss here will take this kind of stable skip line.
Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely safer, but I feel like it's just less consistent because of the skip.
Yeah.
You either get it or you don't.
Yeah, and you're also really flirting with that tree right off the tee, which
yeah, definitely.
Nate actually trimmed down a little bit for Nico.
Yep.
Nico
course maintenance.
Yeah. And like you said, the backhand does not have consistent results so far. 0 for 2.
Yeah, if they had those shots just a little bit higher, I think they would have been fine because they would have caught those wood chips coming in.
Exactly.
That's what it is, right? It's that high grass is just catching it.
Yep.
Doss going to be taking a par. Here is Nico. He's got a legit look at it, too.
Oh, yeah.
Not legit enough, though.
Oh.
Needed more legitness.
It was not legit enough to quit.
No. Good birdie from Nate, and Jared, you're even closer, man. Great drive.
Thank you.
Wait, I guess...
Yeah, the forehand paid off on that hole, apparently, with me and Nate picking up the stroke there.
Sure did. Destroyer again?
Yeah, that one was.
Nice. I think Nate threw an X-Cal. Pretty sure.
I think I had my MC Hammer knowledge backwards.
Did you?
Yeah, I mean, it was not legit enough, therefore it quit.
No,
yeah.
You're digging a hole. We got to just stop that. All right, good birdies from the forehand boys right there, Jared and Nate. Nate just tied Nate Doss for the lead. Jared, you're just a couple back of that. We're on to hole 8, par 5, 944. What are we doing here, Jared?
So this hole got a little easier from the previous year because they took down a tree pretty much right where I just threw my drive. So that's my play on this hole. Just stay in bounds on the first shot, get as far down there as I can, and then the second shot is where you have to start, being more strategic.
Okay.
But no matter what, you just don't want to go left over the cart path off the first shot.
Yeah.
It's always a headwind on this hole.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, that's not true. In practice, there's no wind or it's a tail, and you crush down there, and you can three this hole, and then it's impossible to three it in competition. Apparently,
gotta love how that works out.
Yeah.
Some good drives so far. Staying in bounds, middle of the fairway. I'll see if Nico can keep up. It's a clean shaven Nico. It's kind of a weird look. I don't know.
Unusual, right?
It is, yeah. I prefer a little hair on my Nico.
That was a great line right there.
It was.
That's how you would play the hole if the tree was still there.
Okay, gotcha. Looking at Nico's second shot, throwing a hyzer flip. I don't think it flipped enough, though.
Oh.
No, I'm sure he meant to flex that.
Yeah, stay in bounds. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Oh, good check up. Yeah, wow.
Yeah. Very close. Jared, Destroyer?
Yep, that's that green destroyer again.
Nice. So that's a good line right there. It seems like, anyway.
Yeah, on the second shot, if you're not, if you don't have huge power, you just try and lay up right there and pitch over the sand.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had a little more power, I would do what Rick does, and I think what Nate tries to do when he throws his shot.
Uh-huh.
And if you can go long past the bunker, you have a way easier upshot.
Oh yeah, it's a really tough up on the third shot here, onto that mound over to the sand trap. We saw a lot of people run into trouble.
Yeah, so I think Nate was trying to do that and go deep at the bunker, and he actually comes up a little short and ends up perfect anyway. So
okay, nice.
Yeah.
So here is Nico's third shot onto a not easy to stick green. But
yeah, this is a difficult angle.
That was a really great shot.
That was gross.
Yeah.
Nate Sexton probably throwing a dart over there. Unfortunately, there's no
Oh, he gets a little air bounce, and that sends him out.
dartboard.
And that's going to be a tough comebacker, too.
Dart. Yeah, that's not what you're looking for. What do you throw for your forehand ups, Jared?
That's actually a Heiserbaum mortar,
Oh, okay.
which is the old beadless gator mold.
Oh, okay.
And that's actually my signature disc.
Nice, man. I know Sexton carries one of those, too.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's just a little bit straighter gator, pretty much.
Cool.
And I throw the Frontline X Plastic, which is like a blend of G-Star, so it's really sticky.
Huh.
It's great for upshots.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
That was Sexton missing his par putt. That was you making a birdie putt. So Nate going to be taking a 6, unfortunately. And,
Easy to do on this hole.
It is, isn't it?
I think this is one of the toughest upshots on the course, if not the toughest.
Yeah, it seems
I don't know.
it.
18's pretty tough too.
Oh, that's true. I think it's pretty. It's so is 17 actually. Well, a lot of tough greens. It's a UZ design course. Not playing around.
Yep. No. Super tough.
Mm-hmm. There's the gang walking the next hole after Nate lost a couple strokes to the card, I believe, actually, right? Yeah, everyone else birdied. Those are really good birdies. Pulling into a tie with Jared for a second. Nate is 2 clear. And we're on to hole 9, Jared. What are you doing here?
Hole 9. Nice low shot through the trees.
Mm-hmm.
And want to skip it off the low grass.
Yeah, we saw a lot of people run into ceiling issues here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This hole is it's a weird shot that you don't normally throw that often. You kind of have to throw, like, nose down, most overstable disc in your bag on, like, an anhyzer.
Yeah.
And you want to just get it to kind of hold that ante and playing out at the very end and kind of get that skip all the way up to the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Or I've seen Doss take this route, more of a wide hyzer, and then just
and
play
that's
thing.
more of a unique route. I like that idea.
Yeah. Has not worked yet. Hopefully it will at some point, though.
You're not as likely to go OB long that way.
That's true.
I think.
Which Nico,
left.
Oh, that's looking good.
Or you could just do that.
Yeah, just pure the straight
so
shot.
Good.
Onto the short grass and parked. Wow.
Well done from Nico.
Nico Locastro.
And Nate Sexton. Ooh, that needs to sit. Catch some grass.
Get that high grass. Get the high grass.
Oh my goodness.
And it does.
First cut coming through in the clutch.
Yeah.
You're like, you should have thrown this, Nate. It was a better disc.
Yeah.
All right, here is Nate for a 2. Long enough for the jump spin, but couldn't be taken a par. All right, here is Doss from pin high right. Also going to be taking a par. And then Jared, what do you like, 40 out right here? Something like that, 45?
Yeah, at least 40.
Dude. Damn. How fun are those to watch on video again, man?
They're so fun. Makes me want to get out and play.
I love it, man. I love it. Are you in Colorado right now?
I am, yeah.
What city do you
Snowy?
live in?
What city?
Uh-huh.
I live in Highlands Ranch. It's about 20 minutes south of, oh, wow.
Oh, Nico.
Nasty spit out after that amazing drive.
Right?
Yeah, I'm about 20 minutes outside of Denver, south of Denver.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I lived in Morrison for a summer.
Oh, did you? Nice.
Yeah. Went to Red
Yeah, I
Rocks.
love it out here.
Yeah.
It was, it's January 39th, and it was like 60 degrees.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
I've always said if I didn't live on the West Coast, it would be Colorado, it's like almost honorary West Coast state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the West Coast too. NorCal's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Jared stroking the card with that ridiculous putt, man, which is a great way to end part one.
Definitely a bonus hole right there.
Yeah.
I was happy to pick up that one.
Mm-hmm. And you were within 1 of the lead, which is pretty awesome, man. All right, guys. But that is all we got for part 1. We'll catch you in part 2. Jared, thanks for joining us, man. Tons of fun having you on.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in part 2.
Cool. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you around.